because this is critical. This is one of the most important votes that's going to take place in the United States Senate, in some ways probably in the history of our country, because this would be a huge victory for the homosexual agenda. This would be a major advance of the homosexual agenda. It would be hard to overestimate the victory that this would represent for the forces of sexual deviancy in the United States and the normalization of unnatural sexual behavior. You know, I don't need to go into the details here with you, but just remind yourself of the kind of sexual activity that we're talking about. And remember that the folks that want this special treatment, their only distinguishing mark, the only thing that sets them apart from everybody else, and the entire basis on which they are asking for special treatment, special privileges, special protections, is the kind of unnatural sex they practice. That's it. You can't tell by looking at them. Unless they tell you, you wouldn't know. But they want special protections that are based exclusively on the kind of deviant sexual behavior in which they engage, putting parts of the human body to sexual use that were not designed for that purpose. And rather than be ashamed of that conduct, embarrassed by that conduct, they want that conduct to be celebrated. They want it to be celebrated openly. They want the United States military to endorse and sanction, legitimize, promote, recruit on the basis of that kind of sexual behavior. And this is something we just absolutely have got to stop. I mean, this in many ways would be as fatal as any other achievement, accomplishment, victory for the homosexual agenda that you can imagine. So you can hardly imagine the damage that this is going to do to our national security, to our national defense. We're no longer going to have the privilege of being able to be defended by people of character, by people of moral character, by people of moral integrity. Now the only people that are going to be allowed to wear the uniform of the United States military will either be sexual perverts, sexual deviants, or people who support sexual perversion and sexual deviancy. Can you imagine what that's going to do to the strength and the ability of the United States military to be trained and to respond to threats against our national security? I mean, it just beggars the imagination, and it's just kind of a sad commentary about where we are at as a culture, that this thing is even being considered as a possibility and being seriously entertained.